fourth raid of the Halloween event, Golurk. You'll see that we decided to go with rain. There were some rumors that there was permanent sand for the battle right as it was released. It's not the case. Rain is far and away the best, and I will get into why. First things first, though, it does lead off with a safeguard. You can kind of ignore this. If you're trying to run ghost offense, you'd have to defog that safeguard away. But for rain, you can just ignore that mechanic entirely. If you are leading with any sort of accuracy type attacks, I'll warn you, there may be bugs with evasion not properly working. We're seeing some impossible misses happen. So that's a point of consideration, especially if you're using some hydro pump type rain users. You may still see misses even though you're applying evasion debuffs to the boss with defog. So consider that. Surf may be best while the boss is above 50% HP. Otherwise, below 50% HP, you'll want to use brine. Other mechanics coming up, one that you probably want to consider, or two really. The boss at 60% does an Omni boost, meaning that it boosts all of its stats by +1, which just causes a lot of pain for different reasons. Both, even though Golurk is slow, it may start to outspeed your slower Pokemon, and the defense buffs you want to get rid of. So having a haze user in the back is good, probably two. It's hard to predict if someone will be able to switch on the turn where that happens. So just consider having two Murkrows in the back, and 2 or 3 even could be good. There is one more mechanic that you do want to take care of, and that's rock polish at the end. The speed boost is enough to start to cause problems where your slower Pokemon will get outsped and you'll not get that damage in. It's probably better to haze the Omni boost compared to that speed boost if you had to pick one. You can also just negate it by an early or a later tailwind. You can't do a turn 1 tailwind. You might not have it up by the time that speed boost happens. But if, let's say that Murkrow that gets into haze lives for some reason, it could stay up and then use tailwind to give you the speed boost to negate that rock polish at the end. Ads mostly ignorable, and otherwise this is a straight burn the boss down fight. It's definitely an easier one compared to Hypno, which caused a lot of problems, especially with that Trick Room. This is just a burn it down kind of thing. Alternatively, you could use dark type Pokemon because the boss has Drain Punch for coverage. I wouldn't necessarily advise that. Even bringing Empoleon and Crawdon on my end felt a little bit clunky, just because while they're able to do damage cap at 7.5%, it was almost a 2.5% heal to the boss when he would OHKO them. So that's something to consider going into that a bit. If you can avoid bringing them, other water types are better. Overall, in terms of good water types, most people probably have Blastoises. Alpha Vaporeons are very cheap. You could go with Almastars with Swift Swim. Also has a huge base special attack. Samurott is another great one. Just having a backup Pelipper's if you already have those. Those are great. Plenty of options to consider. You can just go down the GTL and find some cheap ones. I'm sure that you probably do pretty well. The amount of rain that gets, or the amount that rain boosts your damage is kind of insane. So if you only have dark type Pokemon, you can probably get away with beating the boss. If you're struggling in solo queue, I think rain will give you an edge, just being able to do that much more damage without the risk of the boss healing more. And you'll see that we had dealt with the that rock polish with a tailwind, and that is the fight. So overall, a much easier one. I imagine there will not be a lot of people referencing this video, especially this late into it. I just wanted to give commentary and some extra thoughts. If you've been watching all my videos, really appreciate it. I've got some new info, or really just a new centralized place for raid boss info that I'll link in the description. It just has all the mechanics and everything you might need. Otherwise, thanks for watching and good luck with your Golurk battles. Have a good one.